Christie Lamb and Melbourne Show here with episode 7. This is a great episode. It did take a while to get up and running. You know, trying to interviews does take a while. But it's a great episode. We've got 2 fantastic interviews, and we've even got a special live performance by Rachel Costanzo, which I filmed at her single launch a few weeks back. The first interview was with the gorgeous, talented Christie Lamb, with her, who put out this fantastic debut album, All She Wrote, last year. It's an incredible country album. She's a fantastic country singer-songwriter. I think she's going to go gangbusters. I think she's amazing as well. She's gorgeous. She has been on one of my many compilations I've done, which was Parx-e Volume 3. And she kindly gave up the time before her gig at Revolver as part of the Girls of Country Tour to interview her. It was a great interview to do. It was funny because I found a great location, then we had to remove from that location, then we went back and filmed the rest of Revolver. It's a cool interview. She was fantastic live, and she kindly gave up the time, and I'm really grateful that she was cool enough to let me interview her again. And I will hope to keep interviewing again, and I know I will on the show on the site. And the second interview is with Erin Shay, a fantastic singer-songwriter I've known for ages. She has been a part of one of my many gigs I have done in the past. She was on the gig I did at one of the many gigs I did at the Wesleyan, and she was fantastic then. And we reconnected. I interviewed her at Edinburgh Gardens. It was a great interview, and she gave some great answers. She's going to go gangbusters as well. She's done some pretty cool stuff. And last but not least, we've got our performance by Rachel Costanzo at the end of the show, which you get to check out. But I have a gig on the 13th of November at the legendary Brunswick Hotel. One of the first bands I ever booked, The Strain, want to have reformed. They haven't not really reformed. They've always been playing music, rehearsing, all that kind of stuff, but they've want to play shows again, so they asked me. I said yes. So we're doing the Brunswick Hotel on Friday the 13th of November. We've got a great lineup of bands playing. Headlining will be Mojo Pin. Then we've got The Strain. Then we've got Slider. Then we got a really cool band, the Milky Bishops. This is a great episode. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching as always, and sit back and enjoy the show. G'day, this is Christie Lamb and Melbourne Show here. I'm talking to the lovely Christie Lamb. Has been in Nashville, songwriter. I love Nashville, as all good country musicians do. She's touring with Amber Lawrence as part of the Girls of Country Tour. And she's got a fantastic album, which one of my favorite albums of 2014, All She Wrote. She's currently doing lots of amazing stuff, like she's going to be touring with Lee Kernaghan soon, which we're going to get into. So thank you so much again for giving up your time. So what was it like being in Nashville again and songwriting? And
oh, it's great. I mean, last time I went to Nashville, my whole album, the current album, All She Wrote, came from that one trip. So we're kind of hoping for that same magic again this time, over there writing with some of the best writers, and they're pros. They do that every day. So you're in good hands, and I think we've got a few good songs. So hopefully we'll share them soon.
So what's it like collaborating with others when you're songwriting?
It's great. I personally prefer it rather than writing by myself, just because you get to think of those things that you normally wouldn't think of. You go in there with a title sometimes and you think it might come out this way, but they have another idea that bounces it another way, which, you know, sometimes could be better. So it's great to be able to bounce those ideas around. So how did the Girls of Country Tour come about? It was actually from Amber. She was working out her tour for this year. So at the end of last year, before Tamworth, she emailed myself and Elise Simmons, and we were first on the list apparently, so I feel pretty special to be first on the list, and we both said yes. We both love Amber and wanted to work with her, so it's been a lot of fun. I mean, we're normally touring with a lot of guys in the band, so it's nice to have some girl companions and on the road.
So what's it like performing with Amber and Elise? What do they bring to the table that's different from what you've normally worked with in the past?
Oh, it's definitely different. I mean, Elise, we kind of all have our nicknames for ourselves. Someone tweeted it one day and we've kind of stuck with it. I think I was named the Baby Rock Chick, was my hashtag. Elise was our songbird, and Amber was a superstar, basically. She's been our golden girl this year with all her awards, so she definitely knows how to bring it to an audience, and she's got a lot of fun, sassy songs.
Okay, so you're touring with Amber, you're playing Revolver tonight, which is a legendary Melbourne music venue, and then soon you're going to be touring with Lee Kernaghan. That's pretty cool. How did that come about?
Yeah, that was another little surprise email. About a month or two ago, I was originally meant to be in Nashville in September when the tour started, but you know, when Lee comes and asks you to be a part of something, you don't want to turn it down. So we ended up moving my whole trip so I could be a part of it, and I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't met him yet. I will be meeting him next week for a full week of rehearsals before we start the week after, hitting the road.
Nice. So how do you reckon Lee will be different to performing with such a great as John English?
Oh, they're both pretty much legends in their field, so they've got that in comparison. But I mean, I think it's Lee's 25th year on the road next year, so I mean, he certainly knows his stuff. So it'll be great to see how he puts on a show and see how people react to him, and to be able to learn from what he does as well. So how does the song come for you? Each time it's different. Sometimes it can be a title that I write from, sometimes it's a melody that's going around in my head, and sometimes it's just a story, you know, of someone that I've seen or I know, and sometimes I think it's a good story to tell, so I just work it out from the story first.
Do you ever have moments where you just can't write and you need to take a break?
Yes, definitely. There's plenty of those.
Cool. So what does the rest of 2015 have in store for you, apart from working with Lee and just doing this tour and having a new amazing album coming out soon?
Well, Lee's taking up pretty much most of the rest of the year for 3 months, and then it'll be December, and that'll be starting to get prepped ready for Tamworth and Christmas. That'll be here before we know it, and after that is when I'm going to look at those songs from Nashville when I get a bit of time and start going through them and figuring out which ones will be making the album.
So how are audiences different to you when you were playing in Nashville compared to audiences here in Australia? How was it different to you?
They're both very similar. I mean, country music fans I think are some of the best. So they're very passionate, and we had some people that have never seen me perform, found me on Facebook and had driven 6 hours to come and see me. So that was pretty special that night. So I can officially tick that off my list that I've played in America, which I've never done, and the fans, I think you'll just always remember them. They're always interactive with you, which is the important part.
So how does social networking help you as an artist?
Oh, it definitely helps. I mean, any avenue to try and get your music out there in this day and age when there's so much music out there because of technology, it's hard to break through and get people to find you. So all those little social media and hashtags and all that kind of stuff, it does help, but there's a lot of stuff to get through, so we just try any avenue we can.
So your last video clip, what was the inspiration behind that?
Basically, I'd done a lot of quite serious video clips, so I just wanted to have fun with the current single out now, Broken Record, and it was basically just me and a couple of my good girlfriends, and we were just hanging out, having fun, and just proving the point that the best way to get over a guy is just hanging out with your friends.
That's cool. So do you enjoy making the video clips? Is that something you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I mean, they're very long days, and but it is a lot of fun. Once you get to the end of the day, then you start to feel how tired your feet hurt, how much they hurt, but during it, you're having a lot of fun, so you don't even realise.
So if you could collaborate with anybody, which you haven't done already, who would that be?
Oh, that's such a hard question. There's so many people that I want to work with. Obviously, Keith Urban would be great. And Carrie Underwood is my ultimate idol, so I'd love to be doing a duet with her someday.
You always look amazing. What's your secret?
Oh, thank you. I don't really know. I just slap on a bit of makeup and hope for the best.
So you're heavily into country music. Do you have a guilty secret outside of country music that you're kind of ashamed that people will go, oh, you listen to him or her? What's that all about?
I can't think right now, but I've always grown up with, whatever was the trend. Growing up, I always wanted to be Baby Spice from the Spice Girls, so that's my secret little embarrassing story, that I used to pretend to be her with my little blonde pigtails. But yeah, just whatever on the radio. I just love everything, from Katy Perry to Lady Gaga to country music to Bon Jovi to just anything. Rock and roll classics. I love a bit of rock and roll too. A bit of Led Zeppelin even. just whatever I can find.
Nice. I've got just a couple more questions for you, and then we'll wrap it up. If you could have anybody in a video clip, who would it be?
Ooh, tough question. I think Luke Bryan wouldn't be too hard on the eye whilst I'm doing a video clip, so I'm happy to include him in one of my videos.
And are you happy how things have gone for your career so far, and how people have really responded to your music, and that you've had such a loyal fan base here in Australia, and starting even now getting it overseas? And
yeah, for sure. It's been great. You never know when you start off if anyone's going to pick up that CD and listen to it and take a chance on it. It's quite hard today, but I'm just grateful for everyone who's given my music a play, and to everyone who's followed me from the very start and is still continuing to follow me. And this year's been incredible, 2015, with really it kicked off from the CMC New Oz Artist of the Year award and touring with the Girls of Country, and then following that with Lee. It's been busy and going to Nashville, but I mean, time flies when you have fun. So I'm having a very quick and fun year.
Last question. So why do you think Tamworth is so important to the Australian country music scene, and how has it helped you as an artist?
Tamworth is basically our Nashville. It's our heart of country music. It's the one festival where I've gone to and gone, okay, is anyone here from WA? And you actually get people there from WA, from Northern Territory, from Tasmania, anywhere in Australia. They come for Tamworth, because Tamworth is our big one. Over the main 10 days, it can be longer if you come for the pre-festival, and it's just great exposure, getting in front of all those different people, and there's so many venues in Tamworth that there's a bit of something for everybody.
Fantastic, thank you so much.
No worries.
Today, this is Chris from The Parx Show here. I'm talking to a very talented friend of mine, Erin Shay, who did a gig with me, I don't know how many years ago now, but I figured I wanted to have her on the show, and she's probably going to have a time later to chat about all things music. So let's begin. But last time I saw you play a whole bunch of shows, then you went overseas and did going to like Universal Studios and places like that.
Yes. That was good. It was over in Singapore. I did 1 year, and about a year and a half in Singapore, and then I did a year contract in Japan. So it was good. It was definitely a good experience to do that.
So how did that all come about?
Just auditions. The first one was I auditioned for the Singapore show. It's just a general cattle call. Went along, and yeah, a couple of weeks later I got the call, and they offered me a role and sent me over there. Japan came about when my agent just called me and said there was a role available, and she thought that I'd be perfect for, and just to send off some videos, and yeah, going straight after that they said, yeah, we want you, and sent me over, and that was that.
So how important is having an agent when you're trying to get that kind of stuff happening? Because for yourself, you wouldn't have not got that if the agent hadn't told you about it, and they would have done the hard yards, the haggle to get you the role, and did all the pushing and all that kind of stuff. It's
definitely, especially in Australia. Australia is such a small, tight-knit community that it's a lot about who you know rather than what you know. It really is, and it's so difficult to find out about auditions or anything, like especially in the theatre, in music theatre. It's really very, very secretive, I guess, or very, very tight. Very closed off, so that if you don't have an agent, it's very difficult to find that those castings. People who are putting on a production will only send the castings out to the agents, and it's the only way that you can get the brief. So it can be really difficult without an agent in Australia, unfortunately. So
cool. So for your music set, what inspires you now when you're writing music?
Still personal experiences, I guess. I mean, I draw a lot from things that I've gone through. I mean, that was the great thing about going overseas, is that I went through a lot that I'd never really had that experience before. So it just fueled a lot of emotion, a lot of different things to write about. So it's still it starts from that kind of place, and then I whether it's from something that I've gone through and I can see it from other people as well. Like I have close friends that go through things that I can relate to, then that helps to fuel inspiration for me to write about, and then it's just about developing that story.
So how did you come about working with melodic music?
actually, Lee Jones, who I'm working through with at Melodic, he just contacted me on Facebook. He discovered my music along the lines and said, hey, we'd really like to work with you. Do you want to come in and let's have a meeting? And I was like, who's this person? Googled, and yeah, we went in and had a meeting. We just got along really well. We just had a good vibe, and we did some work together. And yeah, it just was, the ball was rolling really, really lovely, and that's how that all kind of happened. Yeah, Facebook's such a great, all social media is such a great networking tool. So yeah.
How does writing with other people help collaborate your music and make it better and all that kind of stuff?
I haven't done that much writing with other people. Like with Melodic, it's pretty much I've taken my stuff as it is, and we've just been producing it and just adding extra different, like electronic elements, different instrumentation to build it into a bigger song. That is something I want to do though. Like I did one song a while ago I co-wrote with somebody, and it's just cool to get different people's ideas. I mean, you find, I think after a while you start to write, to churn out the same things. You can get into that cycle where you're just creating the same kind of music, or it's the same structure or the same content, the same chord progressions or the same melodic lines. When you have somebody else's creative mind coming into that, then it helps to put a different spin on it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you're going to start creating something a little left essential to what you usually do, so that you're not, it's like not that A, B and C songs sound exactly the same, so then you can have something sounding a little different.
Cool. So you briefly touched on social media. How do you think that is important in connecting to your fan base and to your audience?
It's super important. I mean, it's so different now. Like, everything is done through social media. It's so much easier to be able to connect and find new things these days, and it's become such a focus in the world today. So it's hugely important, and it means that I can get my stuff out to more people and be more exposed. And I like to put stuff up every day. I mean, I don't always like to bombard people with going, hey, buy this, come to this gig. I like to be able to interact a bit as well and put up things from my everyday, just to be able to have people feel like they know me, you know what I mean, and connect on a more personal level than just pushing the music, and because that can get too in your face all the time. So yeah. I think people like to enjoy, see what I do, like that I'm just a normal, everyday Aussie girl doing my thing. So yeah, no, it's good fun. It's good to be able to get that interaction with people from all around the world.
And how important is putting a strategy and plan in place when you're releasing something, making sure that you have enough time to make sure everybody hears about it and that you're going to get the maximum exposure you can get?
It's definitely another massively important thing. I've noticed that when you don't really promote, or you don't have the time to promote gigs, it's going to be hard to get people to, plan that they're going to come to that gig and make time for it, and to be able to network that out. So it's hugely important. You need, if I've got a single release or I've got something that I need to promote, you need to have the time to be able to push that and get the word out and get the vibe, going, so that people are aware of what's going on and can, start looking forward to things that you're doing. So yeah, it's definitely a huge importance.
So you also do cover gigs. So how is that different to you from doing your original solo stuff?
I'd like to think that it's not that different, because I don't like to do cover songs exactly as they are. I mean, I put my own vocal quality, or the way I sing it, or the way I'll project it, or the way I play it will be in the way I interpret it. You know what I mean? So, and I love playing gigs. There's the songs that people know already. Things that people can relate to. They go, oh, I know this song. I always like to, even in my original gigs, I like to throw a cover in, because that connects. If people haven't heard me before and they don't know who I am, that taps into them. If they hear something that they know, they go, oh, I know this, and then that'll draw attention to me, and they'll go, who's this person, but I love playing cover gigs because, like I said, it's learning new songs all the time as well, and playing other people's songs. It helps to expand my own influence and my own musical knowledge, and I'm really lucky that people like what I do, and then they start to invest more in me because they hear things and like the way I play other people's songs, so they start to look more into who I am, and then I start seeing them at original gigs. So yeah, it's
cool.
It's good. It's good fun.
So if you could have the ultimate lineup together, who would be on that lineup?
Well, I have to say John Mayer is first and foremost. He's a huge influence for me. He's just a phenomenal guitarist. So
oh my God, tell me about it.
Without fail, he'd be up there for sure. I'd probably, who else would I get? I think there are just some so talented people out there. I probably want to get someone like Brooke Fraser to do backing vocals. She's got such a sweet tone quality to her voice. She's a New Zealand singer-songwriter. There are probably some good people that are in bands through Melbourne as well. I like to keep it a lot in Australia because we've got such a wide network and such talented people here. There are a couple of people I went to uni with that are like a bassist friend of mine who's phenomenal. I need to get him into my lineup. Peter Palladino, he's also in John Mayer's band. He's been pretty phenomenal. So yeah, it's a tough question. I'll have to think more about that one and get back to you.
Cool. And if you could have anybody in the video clip, who would it be?
Anybody in my video clip?
Yep.
Oh, Channing Tatum, without fail. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does the rest of 2015 have in store for you?
Hopefully, well, I'm going to keep doing my recordings with Melodic. We've been coming out with some really cool stuff. Unfortunately, I can't give too much as I want to. I want to be able to, each time we finish a song and I'm thinking, this sounds awesome, I'd really like to give it out and show people what I'm doing. I can't just yet, so hopefully we'll finish all our recording and have of those we'll decide on which single we're going to release first. So that's what I want by the end of the year. The plan is to have a single in the works ready to put out to people and get a video clip under the wrap as well.
Cool. So you've got all this stuff happening. So I'll leave you with one last question. What is your go-to album you like listen to if you need to feel inspired?
Any Given Thursday, the live John Mayer album. Absolutely. That was the first live music video that I saw, like a live show of John Mayer's that I heard when I was, I think I was 17 at the time, and that it blew my mind, that every part of it, just the way he'd structured his songs, the writing in it, the solos, and how phenomenal of a musician he is. I can just sit there and just listen and be in awe every time I hear it. So yeah, that one. Any Given Thursday live album.
Touching your face every line I could trace with my mind. Feeling your skin as our fingers begin to align. Could I look in your eyes one more time till you fly? Just hold you. Be with me tonight. Don't think about the light till it comes. No, I wanna say, so I wish you could stay. Just hold me. Don't think about the end, and I will just pretend I'm okay, even if you're miles away. What could I say, think or do to get through to your heart? Tell me you'll stay and that you'll find your way to my arms. Could I look in your eyes one more time till you fly? All I wanna do is just hold you. Be with me tonight. Don't think about the light till it comes. No, I wanna say, so I wish you could stay and just hold me. Don't think about the end, and I will just pretend I'm okay, even if you're miles away. about the end, and I will just pretend okay, even if you're miles away.
Alright, that was the show. I thank all my guests again for being on the show, especially Christie Lamb for getting her fantastic album, All She Wrote. It's amazing. I think she's going to be a star. She already is a star to me. I think she's a fantastic singer-songwriter. Go check out Erin Shay when she plays shows. She's fantastic. She's a really great artist, and I know she's going to go gangbusters here in Melbourne and overseas real soon. And check out Rachel Costanzo. She's got some great songs, great voice, great tunes when she plays gigs again. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see you again next time. And come to my gig.